I watched Pierre Kounani, a Lebanese farmer who couldn't speak English. I watched this guy with my own eyes become a millionaire in 2 years. Let me tell you why cold calling is so important in your business, especially in software sales or anything like that, high ticket items. When they're spending a lot of money and they're making a choice, because if they're spending money on your product, they're not spending it somewhere else. And there's something even worse than spending money on something that doesn't work, or you're wasting money. And that is feeling like an idiot for making a bad decision. So your job as a salesperson, especially on the phone, is to get that kind of trust, to let them know that you're there with them and reduce that risk of them feeling like an idiot. And you think it's almost impossible. But when I was a stockbroker years ago, there was this guy, his name was Pierre Kounani. Pierre Kounani was he was from Lebanon, and he was like a farmer in Lebanon. And the guy came with nothing. He started from nothing. And I watched this guy, and I go into the office, I'd leave late. Everybody was making calls, and it's like after 5 o'clock, I go, Pierre, who are you calling? He stayed there later. He goes, I call California. And so he had 3 extra hours to call. We're on the East Coast. He was calling West Coast. He would call all the way, till 8 o'clock. It was only 5 o'clock at their time. He was calling businesses in California. I'd come in the morning, 7 in the morning. Pierre's there already hitting the phone. I'm like, Pierre, who are you calling? He had been there since 5 in the morning. He goes, I call Europe. He was calling Europe. He was doing institutional trades on a retail payout. I watched Pierre Kounani, a Lebanese farmer who couldn't speak English. I watched this guy with my own eyes become a millionaire in 2 years from hitting the phone, and hitting the phone regularly. That's the biggest secret with you. And he always paid attention to the people on the phone. He was very focused to the person's voice and what they said and how they said it, and always laughed with them, and always was there was never in an office like that, there was all crazy stuff going around. And in your offices right now, if you're an SDR and there's a bunch of people around you, there's a lot of commotion going around. But man, this guy was so focused on the person on the other end of the phone. And at the end of the day, Pierre Kounani, a Lebanese farmer who couldn't speak English. I mean, he could say bye. It was the craziest thing. He became a millionaire simply by concentrating on the person on the other end of that phone.